Hi guys, in this lesson we are going to learn how to put in the responsive images for each of the columns that we have created earlier on. And when it's get down to the tablet mode, you are looking for the two columns, and when you get down to the mobile, look at that. So this is how it looks like. And let's get it done in Dreamweaver. Okay, let's insert the first image inside the call div. So click on the call div on the live view, go insert, select image, and you're going to select nested, look for the exercise file and select thumbnail 1. So this is your image, save all and preview. Let's take a look. We have inserted the image, alright, but when you go down to the tablet, it's not responsive yet. So back to the Dreamweaver. Now in order to make this image responsive, we actually have to create a class. So let's go and create a class. Click Styles, into the global, right after the call large, create a class selector. So we're going to call this .responsive-image. Please check the spelling and ensure that it's correct. Enter. So in the properties here, click Show Set. Now under the layout, we have to set this width to 100%. So remember to click percentage and type 100. Now often in Dreamweaver, it will switch back to pixel. So remember, have to double check this each time. Now why is it allowing width 100%? Now in order to make this responsive, we have to make sure that each time it is 100% sticking to the edges of the browser. So hence that's why it must be 100%. Now we have to set the height to auto. And one more last thing, we have to make the display block, means I see you. I need to see the block, alright? So once we created the class, we have to apply it. Now where are you going to apply this? Now we're going to apply this inside the images, the image img, alright? It's not inside the call. So if you selected the call, it's not correct. So ensure that you are not selecting the call div, not applying on the div. We're applying it on the image. Alright, so click on the image, click the plus sign and apply it in .res, type responsive and click responsive image. So there you go, save all and preview. Now look at that. It fit to the page. Now when it goes down, it's moving responsively. Okay, back to Dreamweaver. So next, we need to delete the text placeholder for the div and also delete all these call so that we can duplicate the new one. So now let's look into the code. Okay, select the text placeholder for the first div. Select like this and hit delete. Alright, so it's clean now. So the next thing here is we are going to select all of this div. Okay, I'm going to delete all of this div. Now, so this is the image grid div. Now we have to select all the div that we don't want, which is here. Alright, from here. Okay, and delete this off. Like this. Alright. Now with this class selected on the live view, you can click once on the div on the live view, right click and duplicate. You can make it like this, or you can use the shortcut Command D, alright? I need to make another 2 more. So there you go, 6 of them. Nicely fit. Alright. Now the next thing we want to perform is we need to switch the images. Okay, switch all the images to thumbnail 2, this is thumbnail 3, this is thumbnail 4, 5, and 6. Now let's do it now. Now let's check out the first image now. Click on the background menu. Click on the background menu and check this is thumbnail 1. Now for each of these individually, you have to put the alt text. Alright, this is good for the ranking. Okay, so just put the title for the project. So let's say this is the project of creating a web design, okay, a website for Crafty Pot. Okay, so let's say this is a design for CraftyPod. Okay, so I'll put in the alt text. Now for the linking, I'm going to link this to a subpage later, but I don't have it right now. So I'll just put hash for now, right? And the target, just leave it none for the moment. Okay, so let's check this out. The source should be thumbnail 1. All right, please put in your alt text and send it to hash, and at the moment just put none. Now for the second image, click on the burger menu, click on the SRC, browse for file, look for the exercise file, choose thumbnail 2 and click open. So this is our thumbnail 2, and type in the project name. Alright, and send it to hash, and the target will be none. Okay, now for the third image, you can perform the same like what we did just now, but there is a quick way of doing this. So first, locate your exercise file. Look at your exercise file, you have thumbnail 1 to 6, right? Now I'm going to copy all this into your local site folder. Look at your local site folder. Under the images here, look at what we have. We have thumbnail 1 and 2 because we have just inserted in, right? So we need to copy the remaining of the thumbnail. So select thumbnail 3, hold on your shift and click 6. Alright, select this 4, copy, Command C, and come in here, and go in here, Command V. We paste it in. Okay, so right after we done this, we go in here. You go in here for the third image, select your burger menu, and you will just have to retype thumbnail 1, delete 1, 2, 3. That's all it takes. Alright, and send to hash and type the alternate here. Okay, so this is how you insert it in a quick way. So let's say item number 4, let's say image number 4, click on the burger menu and replace number 1 to 4. Okay, and send it to hash. Now remember to type in your alt text. Okay, as for the next image, you can perform the same for the next image. And there's another way of working for it in the code view. You can also do it this way. You can also straight away go to the code here and replace the 1 to 5 and replace the next one to 6. And if you want to work this out in code view, please carefully select the code and don't break anything here. So let's go back in here for the 5th image. On the burger menu, type in your alt text and send this to hash. Okay, same goes for the last image. Send this link to hash and type in your alt text. Okay, save your work now and preview. That's how all your image located in with the responsiveness. Now do not worry about the footer. The footer background color went up, right? Now we're going to fix this out later. Let's get the image done first. The next thing we want to do is we want to trigger this in the media query, says like when you are in desktop mode, please be 33%, right? And when you go down to tablet mode, please be 50%, right? So we have to make this to 50%. And when you're in mobile mode, please be 100%. So we're going to do it now in the Dreamweaver. Now let's create a class for this. Now let's look at my desktop mode, styles, global. Now look at this call large. Now this call large call for the width of 31%. Now why is it 31%? Because in my call here, I actually took up the space, all right? Took up the space for the padding 1% and 1%, and hence I need to minus off the margin, all right, from 33 to 31 for the call large. Now I have this call large in my global view. I don't have this in my tablet view, so I'll need to make one in my tablet view. Let's go and create a class for the tablet view. Click Styles, Tablet, all right. Right after the H1 selector, I'm going to add in a class called .call dash. Now this is for 50%, so I'm going to put medium, which stands for, which the abbreviation is MD. So this is another commonly syntax. And we are going to put this width to percentage and type in, well, we know that this is for 50%, and we also know that we need to minus the margin later on for both left and right 1%. So let's just type in 48 instead of 50. Okay, so it's the width again. Now take a look, double check again. 48, enter. Okay, now when you enter, ensure that it is still a percent, yeah? So if you switch back to pixel, it will become an error. So make sure you check here, it's a percent, it's a percentage, okay? Now click the show set. Now continue from here, again in my styles, tablet mode, in my col MD. Now under the margin here, now we're going to put all over around 1%. So we're going to tie this up. Margin, tie this up in the middle, click once to tie this up, and just type 1%. We are using percentage because we start percentage earlier. Okay, so 1%, enter. Okay, so that's how it should look like, yeah? So click show set and check it out. What we have applied under the styles tablet for col MD, we have width 48% and all over the round margin 1%. Now we need to apply it. Now we are not going to apply it in the image class, but we are going to apply it in the col class, the .col class div. Okay, click the div for the .col class and click the plus sign and type in .col -md. Okay, and if it's not there, you have to force it in there. So just click enter one time and force it in, enter another round, it will be in. So save your work. So again, file, save all. Now let's preview. Now let's go down to tablet. Hey, look at that. This image already occupies 50% of the space. Look at that. Alright, so we continue apply into the rest of the images here. So back to Dreamweaver. So we have created this class .md. We don't have to create it anymore, but we have to apply all this on the div. Now in order to apply this, you have to do it one by one, right? You click on the div, okay, and click the plus sign and do it one by one. But I'm going to show you one way of doing it in the code. It will be faster. Okay, now this is the class for the .col. So we have this col, and we have applied another class in called col LG, and another class called float left, another class called col MD, because this class representing the period. So we don't have to type period in front. It's different from the designer mode here. Okay, here we have to type in the period, whereas here we don't need to because here already defined with the word class. So let's apply it from here. So this is one div. Okay, one image, second image, third image, fourth image, the fifth, and the last. So what we need to do is we need to apply for the second image. So go in here and we need to type in here, right? We need to type in col -md. So just click once right after the float left and go to the third image here, and you need to click here. You need to click once on the float left by holding your command key using the Mac. If you're using the desktop or PC, you have to hold your control key. So before I click into the third image here, I hold on my command key and click. I'm still holding it now, and click. With your command key, which is still holding, click and click. Now you should see all these cursor blink together. Now you can type col -md. Look at that. It's applied once. So save all and preview. Alright, let's take a look here. So this is desktop mode, tablet mode. Look at that, 50-50%. So now you go down to mobile. Now we haven't created a class for mobile yet. We have to create the class for mobile, and hence we apply the same for mobile. So let's go back to Dreamweaver, create a class for the mobile. So click Styles, click into Mobile. Right after the H1, create a class. Type in period, call, dash. Now for mobile, the syntax would be extra small. So we call that XS, extra small. Okay, so click the show set. Look for the width, switch to percentage, and type in 98. Because we know that we have to set the margin 1% here, we have to minus 2, so we straight away type in 98. And for the margin, tie this up in the middle, click once to tie this up, and type 1%, enter. So click the show set to double check whatever you applied, is it correct? Yep. So let's go and apply it in the code now. So just right after the call MD, click once and hold your command key on your keyboard. Okay, look for the next MD, click once, click for the third image, click for the fourth image, the fifth image, and the final image. Alright, and then type space and type in call dash XS. Okay, that's it for the classes. Save all and preview. Okay, so this is our desktop view. Now go down to the tablet, look at that, and mobile, 100%, looking good. Alright, then the next thing is check out the image grid location for the margin here. Are yours like mine? Are yours have some space here in between? Now make sure you have some space here in between. Okay, and when you're in the desktop mode, check this as well. Make sure you have some spacing in between here. And when you go down to the tablet mode, okay, make sure you have some spacing as well. And once you go down to the mobile, make sure you have some spacing as well. Now, what if some of you do not have a nice spacing in the tablet mode? Now, I believe all of you have a nice spacing in the desktop mode because earlier on we have key in the image grid. Now, look at the Dreamweaver here. It's from here. Under the styles, global, for this image grid, we put 120 pixel margin. Alright, now I put 120 margin because my image is from here, from top to 660 pixel. How do I know it's 660 pixel? Look at my hero image here. Okay, so my image here, it's written 660. Okay, and when I check it out at my image grid, I need the spacing of 120 pixel. So this is 120 pixel. Now if you feel like yours is not big enough like mine, what do? Is you can increase this 120, okay, a little bit more like that, to 150 or 130. Check it out. Okay, so as long as the spaces is like that, it will be fine. Okay, so next, if you feel like yours is not looking good in the tablet, okay, say like in the tablet mode, for mine is looking good here like that. What if I feel like I need more space in between here? I need more space. So what I need to do here is I need to go to the tablet mode because you're adjusting the tablet. You want to adjust the tablet. So you have to go to the tablet mode and you have to create a class called image grid. Now this is an optional. If yours is looking good, like here, like mine, it's looking good, you don't have to create this. For those that who have images space that overlapping the hero image, you have to adjust this. So you go to Styles, Tablet, add a selector right under the call MD. Now you type in .image grid. This is the one, image grid. Okay, now for this image grid, you will have to adjust the margin. Okay, adjust the margin, say like lower. Okay, now you see it's jumping, right? So I go back here, adjust the margin, say like give it more space here between. It's jumping around, but it's fine. You can just drag it. Go back to the live view here. Just drag down and see. 114, not enough. Maybe put it more. 136. Now 136 would be like this. If you think you want it more, you put it a little bit more, like 140. Okay, let's take a look. How does it look like that? Now don't put it too huge. Say like this. No, too huge. Like 190 is a bit too huge. So just ensure that it's somewhere around, you know, that you feel that it's looking good like that. Okay, now this is optional. If yours is not looking good, all right, if yours is not looking like what I have here, okay, if yours is overlapping in the first place, then you have to adjust that. Okay, like for mine, I don't need it, so I'll delete this. I don't need. Okay, so I save my work now and preview again. Okay, my desktop, my tablet is looking good. It's not overlapping, so I don't have to create a new class for the image grid. And when I'm in the mobile, it's looking good as well, the spacing, so I'll just leave it like that. Okay, so the next thing, we need to amend the footer. The footer went beyond higher here, and in the table view as well, it's on top. All right, so we're going to adjust this footer background in the next video.